Hi, I'm Frema Shows, and you're watching me. I'm having eba. Eba is it's Nigerian dish, and I also like it. I mean, it's similar to Ghana food. Eba is made with gari, which is in Kumasi or Ashanti we call it gari fufu, and this we'll call it kuntumre stew, but it's Eba and Egusi, and I really enjoy it. It's sometimes as a married woman or if you're a family woman out there, it's good to spice your home with different varieties of food. So let's go to kitchen and cook. Yes, we are going to cook Eba and Egusi. Delicious. Hey, don't forget to subscribe to my channel on YouTube. That's Frema Shows. I like varieties of food. Like I always say, I'm not a professional cook. I love to cook. Name's Frema Shows. Join me. Alright, here we are. Now let me take you to the basic ingredients. To make Eba and Egusi stew, this is Kumasi version, okay? You know I'm not Nigerian. I am typically Ashanti. Alright, you need onions, Egusi, which is ground millet seed, tomatoes. You need fish powder, palm oil, that's choice if you want to. You also need curried green, which is very important. You can use spinach as well, that's alternative. And I have my nutmeg, curry powder, and pepper right here. So basically this is a cooked and fried meat that I'm going to use. You can use any meat of your choice. Now, let's start cooking. Let's start by pouring some palm oil into the pan. It depends on how much you want, okay? I just add a little bit. Okay, all right. The oil itself is warm, and I can tell my pan is, wow, nice and warm. So I'm going to throw my onions in. Allow the onions to saute or fry it a little bit before you add the next ingredient. The next ingredient will be our spices. Stay tuned. Our onion is nice and sauteed, so I'm going to add about half a teaspoon of nutmeg, half a teaspoon of curry powder, and I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of cayenne pepper. Allow it to steam for a few minutes. Let the spices settle. All right. Then we're going to add 2 tablespoons of fish powder. You can get this fish powder in all markets. I mean, it's the same fish powder we use for shito, okay? So you can get it everywhere. Okay, allow it to cook for a few minutes. Still working on our spices in a low heat, so it will take a few minutes because you want to make sure that it's well cooked. So allow it to cook for a few minutes. Then we add our tomatoes. Now that our spices settle, we're going to add our tomatoes. You can add any tomatoes, whether fresh tomatoes or crushed tomatoes or pureed tomatoes. It's all up to you. Allow the tomatoes to cook for a few minutes, and the next procedure is we're going to add our egusi into it. I have this kind of tomato sardines. If you want it, you can also add it as well, which is I'm going to add it as well. So you can also do the same if you want to. So stay tuned, don't go nowhere. It doesn't take long to make it, isn't it? We are still working on our tomatoes. Allow it to be cooked, which is well cooked, before we add our egusi. And we can add our meat and everything. So just stay tuned, don't go nowhere. Actually, since it's cooking, I'm going to add the meat in it so that it will get a sauce, you know, it will absorb the sauce. Let me put it that way. Like I said, you can use any meat of your choice, whether it's cow feet or whatever, goat meat, it doesn't matter. All right, let's leave it to cook for a few minutes. Then we'll add our egusi. Wow, it's doing great. As I told you, it doesn't take long at all to make it. So I'm going to put a little bit of salt into it. It depends on how much you want your salt. If you think you need more, go ahead and add more as well. I just add a little bit just for taste, and also it's good to add it before you put your egusi in. Now this is blend egusi. It's already blended, so there's no need for me to blend it. You can get the blended one at any leading shop or market. So let's put it in. As you put the egusi in, allow it to cook for a few minutes before you add your either curry green or your sardines to it. Stir very well. The next thing is I'm going to add my mackerel. Mackerel in egusi is alternative, okay? Alternative means you don't have to, but I want to because I want it to taste good, and that's what my family is going to have for lunch. So yeah, of course. All right. Well, as you can see, the next procedure is add our curry green into our stew. It's gonna take a few minutes to cook, and I can't wait to eat. The favorite part is eating. You know, when you cook, that's what you can't wait to. So stir it until it's all mixed together, and we're going to make eba. Our water is also nice and boiling right there. So stay tuned, don't go nowhere. I'll be right back. Well, she's doing great. And it doesn't take long to do it. It's so simple and easy. Now let's work on our eba. Quite often I get a question on my YouTube account. People ask me how to make eba or how to measure eba. I don't know if I have to do a separate video for it or it's hard for them to get it. But let me show you a simple way to make eba, okay? You pour the water into a pan. It depends on how much you want to make. And you can still make some. This is gari, your local gari. And this is what you're gonna do. It's not necessary to add salt. That's the reason why I like eba, because I don't need to add salt and I'm not a big fan of it. So just pour the gari into it like this until all the surfaces are covered, okay? And it depends on how soft and how hard you want your eba to be. Now, see how mine looks? It has a little bit of water on top, right? Let me get you closer. Exactly. All right, so this is what I'm going to do. I'm gonna make sure all the area mixed with water. It's so easy, isn't it? I think I'll make a separate video how to make eba, a just simple eba. In Ghana, we call it gari fufu, which is I make it all the time because I don't like salt. I don't like to put salt in things, so yeah. And definitely this is it. Isn't that easy? Yeah. So I want my eba to look a little bit nice and sexy. I'm going to put a plastic wrap into my small bowl. It depends on how big your eba is though. Alright, so this is very small. And I'm going to scoop everything in here. This is how it looks. So I'm going to cover it up and press it, because I want it to look nice when I put it in my bowl. Okay, allow it to settle and cool down, and the dinner will be served in a few minutes. We are waiting for our egusi to get done. Our egusi is ready, and I'll say the preparation time is just 10 minutes. It doesn't take long. This is the reason why I make my eba this way. And I'm gonna put in the bowl. Isn't that beautiful? This is what you see in a restaurant. You just put in a nice bowl and flip it over. All right. Now let's serve. All right, viewers, I do want to thank you for watching. The name still remains Frema Shows, and thank you for watching. I just love to cook. I'm not a professional cook. I'll see you next time. Until then, it's Frema Shows. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel as well. It's bye-bye.